Excellent. So welcome to our fundamentals practice. As always, we're going to begin our class with a little bit of breath work. So you can choose if you'd like to sit for your breath. Just make sure that you get your pelvis nice and settled, so you might need a little bit of height for that. Or if it's more comfortable for you to lie out nice and long on your mat and just let the ground support you so you can concentrate even more consciously on your breath, whatever feels most comfortable for you in your practice. So whichever you choose, whether that's sitting or lying out for your breath, just gently settling in and allowing yourself to soften. So softening down your shoulders, softening down your eyes, softening down your cheeks, allowing your body to just gently release and relax as we begin to focus on the breath. To begin, just simply noticing the natural movement of your breath in and out of your body through your nose, and noticing just the natural movement that occurs through your body. Not trying to change your breath just yet. If it's comfortable in your practice, the invitation is to begin to deepen your breath in through the nose, allowing your belly to expand. Out through the nose, drawing your belly button back in towards your spine. So we're creating that full exchange of breath. So we're emptying the lungs completely to create the space for all of that brand new prana, life force energy, mobilized through the breath as we oxygenate every cell. In through the nose, out through the nose. To give our minds a little job to do and keep our attention focused on the breath, the invitation is to begin a counting meditation. So how you'll activate this is that you'll take a full deep inhale and a full deep exhale, and in your mind count 1. Another breath, and at the end of that exhale count 2, and continue all the way up to the count of 10, and then gently return from 10 to 1, just paying close attention to your breath. It's completely natural for your mind to wander, and if it does, just gently guide yourself back to the last count that you remember. Just a simple tool to stay connected to your breath. Continue with your counting meditation, allowing yourself to settle in a little deeper with each round of breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. If you get all the way to the count of 10 and then all the way back to the count of 1, just simply start over, counting once more up to the count of 10. And if you have the time, coming back from the count of 10 again. Continue for 2 more counts at whatever stage you are in the practice. And then gently release your count. And just take a moment or two to scan your body, noticing how you're feeling after just a few minutes of conscious breath. If you're seated for your breath practice, gently making your way to lying out on the mat now. Nice and slow with your movement. If you're lying out already, you might just begin to bring a little bit of movement to your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, until it feels just lovely. Just gently blink open your eyes, keeping your gaze nice and soft. When it feels comfortable to do so, on your next inhale, lengthen through your body completely, your arms over your head, toes pointing towards your face, fingertips away. And as you exhale, soften back down. Inhale and extend. Exhale and soften. Inhale and extend. Stay extended this time. And gently take your right foot to the bottom right of your mat. If it's comfortable for you, you can cross your left ankle over your right, or just keep it down beside your right foot, whatever feels most comfortable in your practice. Gently take your left wrist into your right hand, and we're going to make a banana shape. So we're just creating a gorgeous stretch down the left side, making sure you don't kind of crush your right side when you do this. Keeping lots of space. And then gently release back to center. Take a full stretch out in center. And then gently guide your left foot to the bottom left corner of your mat. And again, if it's comfortable, you can take your right ankle over your left, or otherwise just keep it down beside your left foot. Taking your right wrist into your left hand now. You'll gently bring those hands over to the top left. So you're again making that banana shape down your right side. Oh, enjoy your breath here. And gently release back to center. And again, we'll take a nice big stretch. And gently release those arms down either side of your body. Step up those feet one at a time, knees bent, and then gently guide those knees into your chest. Hugging those knees in, letting your lower back release. We'll stay here in stillness for a couple of breaths. Maybe that your body is itching for a little bit of movement here. So if so, we'll just gently bring both knees to the left about an inch, mindfully return to center. Both knees to the right about an inch, mindfully return to center. And continue this pattern, just gently increasing the distance each time. So the second time it'll be maybe 2 inches, the third time maybe 3 inches. Just always staying really mindful in the movement and always returning to center and settling in center before you go again to the other side. Enjoy this lovely self-massage of your low back. Gorgeous way to reset and release the low back. All these are great to have in the armor when we might not be feeling so good. So we'll take one last round. And then gently return to center. Place your left foot to the mat. Take your belt around the ball of the right foot, so just below those toes. Lengthen that right leg, making sure you've got those lovely principles. We're always working with that soft knee, that gentle energy into the belt, that energy through that right heel, and spread those toes. So they might not physically spread, but even the intention of spreading them causes your muscle to hug to bone. So you're keeping yourself beautifully safe here in your practice. If your belt is long enough, your elbows can come to the mat. And if it's comfortable for you, to extend that left foot, that left leg flat to the mat, that left foot making a full footprint so that your toes are pointing toward the ceiling. Gorgeous. Gently release back and just breathe into this beautiful release through your right lower body. In through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. After a couple of rounds of breath, you might just gently check in and see if you've created any additional space in that right leg. It may be that that right foot comes a micromillimeter closer towards you. And if you have created that space, claim it and breathe into it. In through the nose and out through the nose. One last deep breath here, and then gently pass both sides of your belt to your right hand, holding that left hip, that left leg stable to the mat. Gently release that right leg nice and slowly to the right, only as much as is comfortable, while that left hip, that left leg remains stable to the mat. Again, check in on those principles in the right leg, the lovely softness in your right knee, that gentle energy into the ball of the ball of the foot into the belt, and that gentle energy through that that right heel, excuse me. If it's comfortable, you might like to extend your left arm from your body. And again, if it's comfortable, you can bring your gaze over toward your left hand, so you're kind of getting a little gentle stretch into your neck as well. Enjoy your breath. We're going to gently begin to transition back to center. So we'll start by bringing the gaze nice and gently back to center. And on your next inhale, engage your core muscles and use your inhale and the core muscles to help you to slowly bring that right leg back to center, taking your time.
allowing that settling in center, and then gently pass both sides of your belt to your left hand. You're keeping your left leg stable as you gently release that right leg just 3 to 4 inches to the left so that your right foot is in line with your left shoulder, that right femur descending, gentle bend in that right knee, energy into that belt. And again, if it's comfortable, you can extend your right arm from your body and bring your gaze over to your right hand now. Again, finding just what feels perfect for your practice this evening. Enjoy your breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. And creating this just beautiful release through the right side of your lower body. One last deep breath here. And then gently release your gaze back to the center and slowly guide that right leg back to center, allowing that gentle settling in center, and then drawing that right knee in toward your chest. Release your belt and hold on to that right knee as you continue to extend through your left leg. And just focus on your breath here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Gently beginning to circle that right foot about 5 times in each direction. And then lengthen through that right leg. Just take a few moments to sense into the softening and release that you've created through the right lower body. We're going to match it now with the same release on the left. Gently bending up those knees, feet flat to the mat to begin, as you guide your left knee in toward the left side of your chest this time. Bringing your belt and placing your belt around the ball of the left foot, lengthening through that left leg, again making sure we have that lovely micro bend in the left knee, keeping that left knee protected, pressing into the belt with the ball of the foot. Spread those toes to hug muscle to bone, and just gentle energy through that left heel as well. If your belt is long enough, allowing your elbows to rest on the mat, the shoulders to melt in. And if it's comfortable, extending your right leg flat to the mat, and again, making that full footprint so those right toes are pointing toward the ceiling. So that just holds you beautifully in this posture. Enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. With each breath, releasing the lower left side of the body a little more. After a few rounds of breath, you might like to check in and see if you've created any extra space in that left leg. So that left foot might come a little closer to you, just sensing into what feels perfect. In through the nose, out through the nose. Again, keeping those shoulders softening into the mat. Gently pass both sides of your belt to your left hand, holding your right hip, your right leg solid to the mat. Gently release that left leg to the left, but again, only as much as is comfortable while that right hip and leg stays planted. Again, check in on those principles, that gentle bend in the left knee, that energy into that left from the left ball of the foot into the belt and through the heel. If it's comfortable, you can extend your right arm from your body and bring your gaze over toward your right hand. Again, just finding your perfect expression. Enjoy your breath. We're going to begin our transition back to center, gently guiding the gaze back to center first, activating the core and using those core muscles to help us to slowly, slowly inhale that left leg back to center, pausing and settling in center, and then gently passing both sides of your belt to your right hand and just guiding that left foot just 3 to 4 inches across midline in line with your right shoulder. Left femur descending, soft knee, gentle energy into that belt. Extending your left arm from your body if that feels comfortable and bringing your gaze over toward your left hand. Enjoy your breath. Gently preparing to return to center. Guide your gaze back to center. Take one last deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, gently guide your left foot nice and slowly back to center. Allow to settle in center and then draw that left knee in towards your chest. Release your belt Hold on to that left knee as you continue to extend through your right leg. Enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And gently beginning to circle that left foot about 5 times in each direction. And then lengthen through that left leg and just allow those feet to flop out as you sense into your lovely new legs. Gently bending those feet up, knees up, feet flat to the mat, about hip width apart. And we'll take the right ankle over the left knee. And if it's comfortable for you, taking your left leg to tabletop position. You can thread that right hand through the triangle of your legs and grab that left thigh with those hands, or use your belt to give yourself more space. But you want the back of your sit bones, the back of your head, and the backs of your shoulders to return to the mat. You're just gently activating then an opposing energy, left knee towards you, right knee away, as you just gently awaken that right hip. Keep those feet making full footprints, so they're kind of staying active for you rather than just kind of flopping down. Enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. One last deep breath into that right hip, and then nice and slowly release that left leg, that left foot to the mat, that right foot to the mat. Take a moment or two to allow that beautiful energy to settle into that right hip. And then take your left ankle over your right knee. Gently guide your right leg to tabletop if that's available. Thread that left hand through the gap in your legs and grab the hands in behind that right thigh, or use your belt to give yourself a little bit more length. Again, taking the back of the sit bones, the back of the head, the backs of the shoulders to the mat as we gently activate that opposing energy. Right knee towards you, left knee away, feet making full footprints, and enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose into that left hip. Breathing into that left hip, allowing this gorgeous release. One last deep breath into that left hip. And then gently, gently release that right foot nice and slowly to the mat. Release that left foot. Allow that energy to settle. Beautiful. You might take another little hug of those knees in towards your chest. Again, maybe a little bit of movement side to side, or maybe taking those knees in circles this time. If you tuck the knees in circles, drawing them back in circles the other way. Beautiful. Gently returning to stillness. And we'll just roll over to the right as we guide ourselves to hands and knees. So coming to your hands and knees. So we're going to take the time to stack those hips over the knees, the shoulders over the elbows, over the wrists. And we want the focus of the energy on those index knuckles. So a little internal rotation of those forearms creates that plugging effect through the index knuckles. So it just takes some of the pressure out of the heels of your hands. Moving on your breath, as you exhale, draw your chin towards your chest, your belly button towards your spine as you curl your spine towards the ceiling. As you inhale, allow your belly to descend, your heart to open, your gaze to come forward as we come into dog. So moving on your own breath, as you exhale, you move into cat. As you inhale, you move into dog. So just real mindful movement, beautiful release of the spine, a lengthening, a decompression that brings beautiful mobility into your spine. Take 2 more rounds of your cat and dog. Then coming back to a neutral position, and we're going to take our puppy pose. So keeping your hips stacked over your knees, we're just going to gently walk the hands forward as we allow the heart to descend toward the mat. Now, it might be comfortable for you to bring your forehead all the way down to the mat, but if it's not, that's fine too. Just keep those arms stretched out. And enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose, allowing this release of the spine from the pelvis. Keep those shoulder blades soft. Breathing into this shoulder stretch. One last deep breath, and then gently lift the head and guide the hands back, coming back to our hands and knees. With the toes tucked under, going to gently sit back onto the heels, this work that we've been doing. So you might need to give your baby toe a little helping hand out. And we're just going to focus on the breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. And at any stage, you can kneel up out of this, but it's really strengthening for the feet, for the arches. We're going to do a nice shoulder opener. So you might have super open shoulders, that it'll be like this is like something that's very easy for you. But just in case, we're going to start with the right hand, with the belt in the right hand. Inhale the right arm up and gently guide your right hand to in between your shoulder blades. We'll take the left hand to the top of the right elbow just to feel that gorgeous kind of, I suppose, positioning. Gently release that left hand and grab your belt so you can pull the belt apart with your hands. You may have the capacity to grab your fingers, but just using the belt gives you that extra space that you're not fighting with your body. Enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. One last deep breath. And gently release the left hand as you extend your right arm toward the ceiling and kneel back up. And just gently return that right arm down by your side and just take that right shoulder into a couple of circles for yourself. Gorgeous. Point and flex those toes. So you just give your feet a little stretch out. Gorgeous. If it's comfortable for you, we're going to come back to sitting back onto those heels once more and taking the belt into your left arm now. So we inhale that left arm up, giving yourself space beside your ear, and then gently draw that left hand to pat yourself between your shoulder blades. Taking your right hand, just give yourself that perfect positioning. And then gently draw that right arm back around and either grab your belt or your hand if that's comfortable for you. And just breathe in here. In through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. These ones are kind of quite deceptive. They don't look like you're doing much, but they can have you under pressure. I'm sweating here. Enjoy your breath. One last deep breath here. And then gently release your right hand. Extend your left arm toward the ceiling as you kneel up and just gently circle that left arm back around. And again, just take that lovely circle of the shoulders about 3 times in each direction. Gorgeous. So we're going to come down to a seated position on the mat. We're just going to take a nice Lord of the Fishes twist. So an extra kind of little bit of opening through our shoulders, a nice, gorgeous, healthful spinal rotation. So we're taking our right foot to the outside of the left knee. You can keep that left leg extending, or if it's comfortable, you can swoop it around so that it lands beside your bum. Gently take your left arm around your right knee and just twist over to the right, allowing your right hand to land behind you. And just focus in on your breath, in through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose. One last deep breath here. And then on your exhale, gently release back to center nice and slowly. If you folded up your left leg, extending that left leg now, and then taking your right foot back and giving your legs a nice little shake out, making sure those sit bones are nice and deeply connected still, whatever physical manipulation we need. And then we're going to take the left foot to the outside of the right knee. Now, again, you can keep your right leg extending if that's more comfortable for you, or you can swing it around to come to the outside of your bum. So your knees are kind of stacked one on top of the other. You're taking your right hand around your left knee, and again, just gently allowing your left hand to land behind you as you twist to the left, bringing your gaze over your left shoulder if that's comfortable, and focusing in on your breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. One last deep breath here. And then using that exhale to gently release back to center, extending that right leg out, releasing that left leg, and again, giving yourself that lovely shake out of those legs. Beautiful. So we're going to come back to our hands and knees and make our way to downward facing dog, our first downward dog of the practice. So you can step that left foot back, follow with the right, give yourself the time to establish your foundations here. So those Tadasana lines of your feet. Make a little bend into those knees so you can send those upper thigh bones back. You shouldn't be able to see your heels. So if you can see the inside of your heels, just giving your calves that little internal rotation so that the heels are hiding. The shoulders are soft. So again, if you find that your shoulders are hunched under your ears, just gently soften them back down, broaden them across your back. Again, plugging through the index knuckles of the hands by the internal rotation of those forearms, creating that beautiful space in your armpits. Gently beginning to walk the dog, bending one knee at a time, opposite heel descending to the mat. Gently release that movement, and we'll just walk those feet nice and slowly to the top of the mat to come to forward fold. So bend those knees as deeply as you need to. Allow the arms to hang heavy, the head to hang heavy. Plug through those feet. Focus on the breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Again, just allowing that spine to release more and more. Plug through those feet. Zip up those legs. And as we inhale, root and rise. And bring your hands down through center. Beautiful. So coming to the top of your mat in your Tadasana pose, that mountain pose, that beautiful foundation, lovely soft knees, neutral pelvis, long spine, soft shoulders. Inhale the arms up and gaze to the ceiling. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale and half lift, extending your crown of the head. Heart opens. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Inhale your right foot to the back of the mat. Allow your pelvis to settle. Your tailbone is lengthening. Take a couple of breaths here with your hands still to the floor in that lovely low lunge. If you need to bring that right knee to the mat, that's perfect. Or if you'd like to keep it suspended, hugging those legs toward midline and coming up to place your hands on your hips to begin. Breathing into this, in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale your arms up. And as you exhale, draw your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, open up your chest. Take a nice deep breath here. Inhale the arms back up. And as you exhale, draw your hands through center. Bring your right hand to the top right of your mat. Keep that pelvis settling as we twist from the ribs to bring that left hand toward the ceiling. Enjoy your breath. Gently release that left hand back to the mat. Plug those hands, release that left foot back, downward facing dog. Enjoy your breath, this full body stretch. Inhale and lift those heels as you float forward to forward board pose or plank pose. We'll hold the plank, pushing that floor away. Bring your knees to the mat if you wish. As we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your next exhale, forward and down, chaturanga. and love the floor. Legs long and strong, plugging those insteps, hands either side of your chest as you inhale and lift the heart for Cobra Pose, drawing the throat back. Again, legs strong, turning over the toes and lifting up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale that right foot toward the ceiling for three-legged dog. And bring a little movement here, drawing that right knee to the left elbow and returning to three-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow and returning to three-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow and returning to three-legged dog. And we're going to make the transition now to pigeon on the right side. So drawing the right knee in to land behind the right wrist, the right calf crossing the body, the right foot landing on baby toe edge behind that left hand. Again, if it's comfortable, taking that left leg back a little bit and plugging in that instep. We're keeping that tailbone lengthening and the pelvis settled. Again, we'll come onto tented fingers, making ourselves really nice and tall in our pigeon pose. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine, as if you've got a string taking the skull toward the ceiling. And you can stay high in your pigeon, or if you have the space, as you exhale, fold forward over that front leg down onto your forearms. Keeping your spine nice and neutral. So like that, you aren't kind of tucking your chin or you're not kind of looking forward either. You're keeping that beautiful length and neutrality through the spine. Enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing into that right hip. This beautiful release. One last deep breath into that right hip. And then gently return to your hands. If you came low in your pigeon, turn over the toes of that left foot as you lift that left knee, to lift yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Again, any little movement that feels really good for you in your down dog. Maybe shaking your tail a little bit, bending the knees, maybe kind of rolling forward and back, whatever feels just lovely. Maybe stillness. Then leading with your right foot, will step or walk to the front of the mat to come back to forward fold again. Inhale and half lift, extending the crown of your head. Exhale and fold. Plug those feet, zip up your legs as we inhale and root and rise and bring those hands through center. Inhale the arms up, shoulders soft, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale and fold. Inhale for half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale your left foot to the back of the mat. Again, allowing your pelvis to settle, your tailbone is lengthening. Take a couple of breaths with your hands still to the mat in our low lunge as we establish those foundations. One last deep breath here, and then hugging those legs energetically toward midline, coming up to bring the hands to the hips. Now again, you can bring that left knee to the mat if that's more comfortable for you. Whatever feels really good. The tailbone lengthening, pelvis settling. Inhale the arms up, shoulder blades soft.
Exhale and release the arms behind you. Interlace those fingers. Let's open those chests once more. Enjoy your breath. Nice deep breaths here. On your next inhale, releasing the hands to the ceiling. Exhale down through center. Left hand to the top left of the mat, keeping your pelvis settling as you twist from the ribs to bring that right hand toward the ceiling. Enjoy your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose, this beautiful twist and stretch. And gently release that right hand to the mat. Take your right foot back, downward facing dog. Enjoy your breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. On your next inhale, float those heels as you roll forward. Forward board pose, plank pose. Again, we'll hold our plank. Push that floor away. Tailbone lengthening. Core strong. And this time what we're going to do for our flow is gently release the pelvis toward the mat to come to upward facing dog. Opening up the chest, so like our cobra pose with the legs suspended. On your next exhale, drawing your belly button towards your spine to come back to downward facing dog. Enjoy your breath. And gently releasing that left foot toward the ceiling for three-legged dog. Bringing a bit of movement in here. Left knee to right elbow and return. Left knee to right elbow and return. Left knee to right elbow and return. One more time. Left knee to right elbow and return. And then coming to pigeon on the left side. So allowing your left knee to land behind your left wrist. The left calf crosses the body. Left baby toe plugging into the mat. Gently guiding that right leg back if that's comfortable, plugging in that instep. Keeping that pelvis settling, that tailbone lengthening. Coming high in your pigeon onto your tented fingers. And again, focusing on the breath and that beautiful length in the spine. And if you have the space, as you exhale, fold forward over that front leg, coming down onto your forearms. Again, keeping that spine nice and neutral. So long spine, that beautiful weight bearing into that left hip to just give us a gorgeous release. Again, stay high in your pigeon if that's more comfortable for your practice right now. And wherever you are, enjoy your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. One last deep breath into that left hip. And then if you came low in your pigeon, coming back onto your hands now, turning over the toes of that right foot, lifting the right knee and bringing that left foot back, downward facing dog. Leading with your left foot, stepping or walking to the front of the mat to come back to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. And gently take your feet slightly wider
toes pointing out a little bit. So your right toe is pointing a little to the right, your left toe is pointing a little to the left, and gently sit down into Malasana, a yogi squat. Now you might need a little bit of height under your heels. That's perfect. And if it feels good for you, you can bring your hands into prayer. So you're using your arms to press against your legs press in against your arms for this beautiful lengthening of the spine, opening of the hips. Enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. If you're feeling very adventurous, you might like to lift your arms above your head in your yogi squat. One last deep breath here, and then gently release your hands to the mat. Return your feet to their traditional forward fold positioning. Taking your hands in opposite elbows. Might just bring a little sway in here. Might be nice to even spread those feet a little bit wider in our final forward fold, swaying side to side if that feels good. Plugging through those feet as we return to stillness. Release the elbows. Plug those feet, zip up those legs as we inhale and root and rise. And bring those hands down through center. Beautiful. So we're going to make our way down to the mat now. And we're going to take our legs out in front of us. Make sure your sit bones are nice and deeply connected. And we're going to take the soles of the feet together with the longest amount of space that we can get while having the soles of the feet together. So we're going to do our diamond forward fold. So plugging through those sit bones, we'll inhale the arms up, shoulders nice and soft. And as we exhale, fold forward and allow your hands to land wherever they do. So be that your toes, be it your ankles, your calves, your knees, wherever in your practice. And just focusing on that folding. So that folding of the spine from the pelvis. Breathing into that release with each exhale, just sensing into softening a little more. One last deep breath here. And plug through those sit bones, and on your next breath, inhale and root and rise. And bring those hands down through center. Gorgeous. We're going to come lying out on the mat, and we're going to do a nice bridge pose. So taking your feet slightly wider than hip width apart. So you look down either side of your hips, you can see about half of your heel. Plug through the upper arms, the backs of the shoulders, the back of the head, but most importantly, plug through those feet as you inhale those hips toward the ceiling. Enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Plug through those feet. Keep protecting that low back. Focus on the breath.
In through the nose, out through the nose. One last deep inhale, and then use your exhale to gently, gently release your body vertebra by vertebra to the mat. And just sense into that deep support when your body returns to the ground. Gently extending your right leg fully with that, those toes toward the ceiling to begin, and taking your left leg to tabletop position. Taking your right hand to the outside of your left knee, gently releasing over to the right, allowing your right foot to come onto baby toe edge with you. If it's available to you, opening out your left arm from your body and bringing your gaze over towards your left hand. And with each breath, just sensing that left shoulder softening a little more into the ground. That beautiful twist deepening to the right. Enjoy your breath. These beautiful restorative twists. So good for your body, for your internal organs, for the health of your spine. Take one last deep breath, and then gently, gently release back to center, keeping that left leg in tabletop position until we come back to center. That right foot has come back to making a full footprint, and then gently extend that left leg. And you might feel a bit of an imbalance, but we're going to even that all out now as we take the right leg to tabletop position, the left hand to the outside of the right knee, and gently assisting that right knee over to the left, allowing your left foot to come down onto baby toe edge with you. If it's comfortable, opening out that right arm from your body and bringing your gaze over toward your right hand. Enjoy your breath. Again, with each breath, just sensing that right shoulder softening a little more toward the mat. Your twist deepening a little more. One last deep breath here. And then gently return your gaze to center. On your next inhale, returning that right leg in tabletop position to center. That left foot comes back with you, and then gently extend through your right leg as we prepare for Shavasana. So grabbing a blanket or jumper or whatever you need to be the most comfortable that you can be here. Lengthening out completely, feet 8 to 10 inches apart, drawing your big toes together and then allowing the feet to just flop out. Might be comfortable to bring a little bit of height under your knees. Whatever feels really good for you to be the most comfortable that you can be for this period of integration, the most sacred time in our practice, to allow the benefits of the practice to embed deeply. When you have returned to the mat, taking a little scan of your body and noticing if there's anything you can do to be even more comfortable here. Again, taking a little scan of your body, noticing how you're feeling after our shared practice. Noticing if there's anything else, any specific place in your body that you'd like to show extra care and attention to, this final part of our practice. Slowing down your breath in through the nose, long exhale through the nose. Slowing down your exhale to bring about the soothing sensations through body and mind of this simple act. For the next few minutes, just gently guiding your awareness around your body, welcoming the softening and release of your practice, the space that you have created for your body to rest and renew. Beginning with your right foot, gently journey your awareness through all of the muscles of your right leg, your calf, all the way to the top of your right thigh. Soften, release, relax. To your left foot now, and gently journeying through all of the muscles of your left leg, your calf, all the way to the top of your thigh, your entire left leg. Soften, release, relax. To your pelvis, soften, release, relax, let go. Through the muscles of your torso, your tummy muscles, your lower back body, the muscles across your chest, across the backs of your shoulders. Soften, release, relax. Melt into your mat. From your right shoulder, journeying through your upper arm, your forearm, all the way into your right hand. Soften, release, relax. To your left hand now, and gently journeying through all of the muscles of your left arm, your forearm, upper arm, all the way into your left shoulder. Soften, release, relax. Through the muscles of your neck, across your jaw, your tongue. Soften, release, relax. Muscles around your mouth, around your eyes, your forehead, your scalp. Every last muscle in your body now. Soften, release, relax, let go. With every breath, releasing a little deeper, knowing that all that's left for you to do is enjoy this feeling. With deepening breath, introduce a little bit of movement to fingers and toes, hands and feet, until it feels perfect to roll over to your right, using your hands as a pillow. Pausing here for a nice deep breath, and then gently assisting yourself back to a seated position, cross-legged on your mat, keeping your eyes gently closed, bringing your hands together in front of your heart, bowing your head to your own heart, to each other's hearts, and the eternal heart. Thank you for practicing with me this evening. Namaste.